Unsee here. Yeah, I seen it. You all know I seen it. Caleb Williams done hit Instagram, posted up with blue painted nails and a white rose in his head, like he came straight off a Balenciaga runway. Man looked like he just closed out Paris Fashion Week and then said, "Now let me go throw 4 touchdowns on your favorite team." And what happened? The internet lost its mind. Folks jumped in the comments, had their Twitter fingers ready, asking if the brother was gay. As if you can throw a 60-yard bomb and have a little artistic expression. But that's why I'm here. That's why Uncle Shannon gotta sit you all down and talk. Because what Caleb did was bigger than a color choice or flower. What he's doing is redefining what a franchise quarterback can look like, act like, be like, and some folks just ain't ready for it. So buckle up, because we going 5,000 words deep on this one. Yeah, we talking masculinity, culture, QB expectations, and the unapologetic freedom of a young black man named Caleb Williams. First off, that caption, young and in control. William, that's more than just a flex. That's a mission statement. See, when you, the know, one pick when the whole city of Chicago handing you the keys to a football empire, and you say you're in control, that means you're setting the tone, not just on the field, but off it. Caleb saying, I'm not your traditional quarterback. I'm not the guy with the buzz cut and the Oakleys. I'm me. And what does me look like? Painted nails? Check. Flower in his hair. Soft-spoken, but confident. Absolutely. Fierce on the field? Oh, you already know. It's a new era. And that Instagram post was his way of saying, y'all better get used to it. Now let's not act like now. Let's play a game. Suppose this was a white quarterback, say Aaron Rodgers or Gardner Minshew, posting up with his nails painted and a rose in his hat. What do folks say? Oh, he's eccentric, artsy, bohemian. But let a young black man do it. Suddenly folks got questions about his masculinity. Folks wondering if he's soft. That ain't fair. And y'all know it ain't. Let me break it down. This ain't about the Polish. This about the people who can't stand a confident black man living free, outside their comfort zone. We've seen this before. Cam Newton got crucified for his fashion. Russell Westbrook got clowned for his outfit. OBJ wore a kilt, and folks acted like the league was gonna collapse. But why does it bother you all? I'll tell you why. Because Caleb Williams ain't letting the game define him. He's redefining the game on his terms. Chicago been waiting on a savior. Now they got one. And let me tell you, he don't look like Jim McMahon or Jay Cutler. Nah, Caleb is from a different mold. This brother came out to D.C., went to Oklahoma, then USC, won a Heisman, and put the college football world on notice. He ain't just talented. He's transcendent. And that scares folk. You'll ever notice how the league loves a QB who can scramble until he's black? Yeah, I said it. They want you to run, but not too much. Be vocal, but not too confident. Show flair, but not if it looked like you from South Central with some glitter on. Caleb don't play by them rules. His game, dynamic. His swag, different. His mindset, unapologetic. That boy said, I'm gonna be me. And now the league gotta deal with that, whether they like it or not. Now let's talk about them nails. Why blue? Why paint them at all? People act like that polish erased his ability to read a defense. Like painting your nails stops you from going 28 for 32 with 4 Ts. Give me a break. This ain't new for Caleb. He was doing this in college. He used to write messages on his nails before big games, like, us. When he was about to play him, it was psychological warfare with acrylic flair. But the blue polish, that's personal. Caleb's mother's favorite color is blue. She's the one that used to take him to get manicures. So when you see them nails, you ain't seeing softness. You seeing family. That ain't a weakness. That's strength, brother. That's a young man saying, I carry the people I love with me, visibly, proudly. So, if you still looking at his hands and questioning his toughness, that's on you. Let's be real. What does a leader even look like in 2025? Gone are the days when being a quarterback meant you had to be buttoned up, robotic, and say, "Oh shucks," every time you fumbled the ball. That ain't leadership. That's poor. Caleb Williams is from a generation that don't hide who they are. They don't shrink. They don't mold themselves to fit old expectations. They flip the table and build their own seat at it. And guess what? That inspires teammates. You think DJ Moore or Keenan Allen care about his nail color? Nah, they care if he can move the chains on 3rd and 13. They care if he can stay calm in the huddle when it's snowing, and the Packers got the Bears backed up on their own 5. And from what I seen, he can. You don't lead by pretending. You don't lead by pretending. You lead by owning who you are, and Caleb owns every piece of himself, and that's what makes him dangerous. Chicago is blue-collar. That Windy City pride is hard-nosed, meat and potatoes, deep-dish tough. This is a city that embraces grit and loyalty. So when Caleb Williams showed up looking like a Vogue cover, folks ain't know how to feel. But let me tell you something, Chicago. Your quarterback don't need to look like you work at O'Hare Baggage Claim. He need to win. Caleb ain't coming to fit in. He coming to change the narrative. You want a title? You want a parade down Michigan Avenue? Then let that man be him. Y'all remember Dennis Rodman, right? Rainbow hair, piercings, dresses. Guess what else he brought? Championships. And that's what Caleb got in mind. Let's be real. A lot of noise around Caleb ain't really about football. It's about identity. It's about what makes a man, what makes a leader, what makes a quarterback. Caleb Williams is a walking culture shift. He's rejecting the quarterback mold that's been carved since the leather helmet days. He's saying, I can be creative, sensitive, spiritual, and throw lasers. He's saying masculinity ain't about suppression. And let me be clear. This ain't about sexuality. It's about society trying to put people in a box. And Caleb kicking that box over like a blitzing linebacker. Now, Unk's done talked a lot here today. 5,000 words worth. But let me leave you all with this. We in a new day. And Caleb Williams, he's the prototype for what's coming. He's the face of a generation that don't just want to win. They want to win as themselves. You don't have to agree with every accessory he wears. You don't even have to like the rose or the nails. But what you do need to do is respect the talent, respect the courage, respect the freedom. Respect the freedom. Because once them lights come on and the ball is snapped, that nail polish ain't throwing them passes. Caleb Williams is. And he's doing better than almost anybody else. He ain't painting his nails to impress you. He's painting them because that's who he is. And who he is might just be the baddest quarterback Chicago ever had. Shannon Sharpe, out.